The LaDonna Raeh Show. You don't know what time it is. So funny. Okay, I thought we were off and the TV came on. I almost started watching it. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me right here on the LaDonna Raeh Show. We are back. We figured this ish out. Woo! In just a matter of time. All right, I'm LaDonna Raeh. Let's get this thing going. First of all, I want to tell you a story about how, well, first of all, I'm from Chicago, and I have a 12 and a 14-year-old, 29 and 32-year-old. Don't worry about all that. But I remember the late Kathleen Robinson. She's also an author. She was an author. And she, at the time I was married to my husband, I had just had our Logan Robinson. And the reason why I want to talk about balance versus rhythm is because when you got a whole lot going on, you might lose sight of where you're headed, what's going on, where you put things. You might become very forgetful because your plate has now become a buffet. Forget the platter. You have now turned it into a buffet. Okay. So at the time, I was getting a kid off to college for the first time. So we're talking about my oldest, getting him off to college, had just had a baby a year ago. It's his 1 year birthday. And I'm like, I'm going to do it all. I really felt like that. I knew that I was going to do it all. Right. But what happened was I take my son, my best friend, my firstborn to college. University of Illinois, U of I. Woo, woo. It reminds me, I got to send that payment. And so I drop him off, and I remember as I drove away, I looked in my rearview mirror, and I was in tears because I had just dropped off my best friend. He was gone. Like, I knew that was it. I know he comes home on the holidays and the summertime and all of that, but no. He's gone from the nest. This is it. He's a man child. And I was just overwhelmed, and I thought about that on the way there and on the way back. And I'm like, well, I got this new kid that I got a new Dante. Not even, right? And so I went ahead and I had this graduation cake for LaDante. And I don't think LaDante or Logan knew any of this. No, Logan knew after. LaDante knew later. But I bought this big sheet cake and had it decorated, gave this trunk party. And then I cut the middle of the trunk cake and redecorated it. And that was Logan's 1 year, that 1 year birthday cake. Yeah. Hey, I was being economical. So with that being said, I send off one kid, bye, Dante, rearview mirror, and I come back and I'm like, all right, we're going to have this birthday party. And I'm like, wow, none of the family came. We said we were going to get together for a little birthday cake for Logan's first birthday. And this was directed towards like my husband at the time, Warren's family, well, his mother specifically, because she supports everything. Like, you tell her you're having a tooth pulled, she's there. And it's hard to talk about her in the past tense because she's no longer here a year ago. Anyhow, she didn't show up. She didn't call. The next day I saw her, we had a grocery store. She pulled up and she was like, hi, how's everything going? What do you guys plan for Logan's birthday? And I was like, it was yesterday. And she said, today's the 18th. August 18th. I could have sworn she looked in her book. She said, I put the 18th. I said, no, it was the 17th. She said, oh. And then she insisted. And I said, look, I'm his mother. I had him. I know when his birthday is. Ooh. She said, okay, and drove off. I got on the phone and I called my other son, who is now my 29-year-old, Lakari. And I said, Lakari, do me a favor. Look in that secret box where I keep all the vital records and tell me what Logan's birthday is. He was like, oh, okay. He shuffles. he brings up the papers and he says, August 18th. I said, what? He said, August 18th. Why? It's today. I knew that. And I was like, oh my God, let me call you back. So I was looking for this text because I keep all my text messages. And I sent a text to Kathleen Robinson, my mother in law. At the time, I sent her a text message saying, you were right. I was wrong. Have a good day. I was so overwhelmed with trying to, take care of my son going on the way to college, trying to get this boy a happy birthday, and I blew it. I did not, I dropped the ball somewhere, and it was right on Logan's first birthday. I was celebrating it the day before. I just knew it. Happy birthday. Even Logan was one, and he was looking confused. I wish I can dig up those pictures, right? And he was like, okay, it's been a year. It's tomorrow at 1. But this all comes with being overwhelmed and spread too thin. So you always hear people talk about balancing, 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 balancing. And then you hear balancing, you're like, don't you think of a juggler, someone who can, oh, okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That's not very appealing. I believe that someone said to me, and I don't look, my memory has been, I've never gone public about this, but my memory has been very questionable in the past year. Okay. My biggest fear, my grandmother had dementia. My great grandfather had dementia. My uncle, my great uncle, dementia, all this dementia. And I worked at the Alzheimer's Association. So I'm like, please, Lord, don't take my mind, because I take care of so many people and nobody's really legally obligated to take care of me or look out for me or remind me except my smart device at home. If I remember to program her to tell me what I need to do. So, look, this is not going to be a pity party. I didn't notice it. I thought maybe I was just. It's always just. But it really came full circle recently. And that feeling is almost like a powerless feeling. Especially since I've seen look, I was under a neurologist's care before. I had spinal meningitis when I was 12 years old. If you guys know what spinal meningitis is, it is an infection. It could be viral, it could be bacterial that can go up and down your spine and cause your brain to swell and implode and you out of here. I survived that. I survived that. I, at 12 years old, survived that. I was in a coma. My mother, shout out to Linda Prince. My mother was by my side. My grandmother was by my side. My father was by my side. My cousin was by my side when I came out of the coma. Shout out to Regina Sutherland. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to reach out to you with my left hand and say to you my first words with tubes in my mouth. And I remember it like it just happened. Your hair is so pretty. And the next thing I said was, I'm hungry. She ran out to the hallway to get my mom and tell her, Lynn, that's what they call my mother. She's awake. Wow. What an awakening. And that's, I look back and I'm like, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want something to be going on with me mentally, but I took action, made an appointment with my neurologist, and it's next week, by the way. And I got me some ashwagandha. Am I saying it right? Ashwagandha, lion's mane, and what is the other one? Oh my gosh, no, I don't forget it. Oh, ginkgo aloba. You know what it is. I can't think about it right now. I'm unapologetically forgetful. Okay. Now, this does not mean I don't remember what happened. Okay. I just have trouble recalling or remembering to do things. And I sat down, I wrote in my journal, like, I forget to do things. And I think it's because my platter, my plate that became my platter, that became my buffet, kind of took over. And this may have been going on and brewing for a while because I have always thought that I could wear this superwoman cape. But last week, again, I don't remember who I was talking to. However, we talked about rhythm instead of balance. And I thought about it. I thought about when I'm cooking, right? Like, I like to do things because I want to, not because I have to, because when you have to, there's a deadline. You have to be done by this time if you have to do it, right? And then I wrote this 5-day deadline post that said, if it's due in 5 days, day 1, do what you want to do. Day 2, do a little bit more than you want to do. Day 3, do what you have to do. And day 4, do the rest. Day 5, turn it in. Okay. So I wrote that for my son, and then I read it, and then I posted it because I wanted to share it. And I'm like, this is so true. Like, if we live by this, we can truly make those deadlines, and those deadlines won't be so drastic because we're not waiting until the last minute. So back to what I was saying. I don't like the balancing act, the rhythm. When I cook dinner, look how I circled back. Oh, thank you. Hey, that ginkgo biloba and all that stuff I named is working, okay? I just started it early this week, and already I can tell the difference. This is no bull crap. And if it's a placebo, I'll take it because I was frustrated with not remembering to do things. I have a desk full of note cards. I'm getting rid of them. I order them on Amazon. They come on subscription because I write stuff down. This has been going on for a year. I can't live like that. Now, back to the cooking. I circled right back. When you're cooking, you're like, okay, dinner's got to be ready by 6. That's on my things to do, right? I have a schedule now. Dinner has to be ready by 6. If dinner has to be ready by 6, then I need to prepare the night before, right? I take a lunch break. I work from home. I can do things in my lunch break. Okay, let me put this in the air fryer. Let me put this in the crock pot. Let me put this in, you're in a rhythm. You're like, the rhythm of the night. And then on top of that, right, I'm washing my dishes as I go because I freak out. I do not like dirty dishes in the sink. I don't like a dirty house. But when it gets out of control, I shut down. You like, where's LaDonna? I don't know where that heifer is, okay? Because I can't take it. So I like the rhythm of when I'm making dinner. Or if somebody asks me to design something, I have time to think about it. Say it's no rush. No rush means, if I don't forget to do it. No rush, you're going to get the best out of me. If it's due by Friday, I got this 4-day, 3-day deadline. I'm going to wait till the last minute because I just can't get my creative juices flowing. Okay. I am overstimulated with a lot of email, text messages, inbox messages, DMs, pictures, everything. Things come from so many different directions. I haven't mastered that. Am I alone? Have you? Like, I have my business, right? We on a break. And people send me stuff through Facebook, Instagram, whichever Instagram account, whichever Facebook page. And then I get text messages, phone calls, verbal requests, the daggone note cards, voicemail. I don't even check those, so don't leave one. And email. It's so much. You have to get into a rhythm of your life. You have to get into a rhythm of your life. You have to say, okay, like I have my schedule. Actually, it's next to my bed. I should have brought it with me. But I know at 6 o'clock, wake up. I set my alarm, right? I don't have to think about it. My smart device, I don't want to say her name, knows to go off at 6 a.m. I got 2 choices. Either get up and work out or get up and work out with my kids. Don't get mad because your kids are getting overweight and all that stuff. COVID happened, it's over with. But you have to demand with your children 10,000 steps a day. I do that with my sons. 10,000 steps a day, right? I don't care how you get them. Take the trash out, pace the floor, keep your phone on you. I don't want to hear, I didn't have my phone. I did 10,000. No, you didn't. Go out there and play football in the street. Don't get hit or I'll kill you. All right. That's what you got to do. Or we can go to the gym and I can get my 10,000 steps. I got the treadmill here. I got the, I don't want to call, what is it called? The booty bust. It firms up your butt. It works too. I have all of those things, the medicine ball, all of these things at home. So I can do it at home. That's 6 a.m. Or I can have quiet time at 6 a.m. and work out later on in the day. So watch this. I get up at 6 a.m. I do what I got to do, have my me time or have my workout with me time. And then it's time to get in the shower. And then it's time to get myself together. Then my boys get themselves together, brushing teeth and all. They got to share a bathroom. Hey, I'm a single mother, one bathroom for now. So, brushing their teeth, all of this stuff, getting done. While they're in the bathroom, I'm doing my show. I was late today. I fell out of rhythm because I overslept because up late last night. I was up late last night. Okay. So if we get into that route, I know you're thinking routine, but routine is so rhythm becomes habit, and that habit becomes your character, and now you're moving, and you don't feel so overwhelmed, and you catch that rhythm. Your heart has a rhythm. Okay, your heart been beating for however old you are. It has a rhythm. When it gets out of rhythm, your body's like, but when you're in rhythm, you're like, hey, I'm stepping, I'm stepping. And shout out to those of you whose heart rhythm wouldn't come down, okay? And now it does. Shout out Darius Lawrence. Good job taking care of your health. But I do want to say this. I want to say when you get into a rhythm, a daily rhythm, routine, balance, whatever you want to call it, things flow a lot differently. They flow a lot differently. They flow. They move. Your kids are even in. Everybody's bobbing. You're like, everybody's dancing to Usher all of a sudden. Okay? I can't say Diddy or R. Kelly, but I still love their music. But everybody's in the same rhythm. We moving. Okay? So now I talked to a friend of mine, Michael Pearson, MC, also known as MC Pearson. Shout out to you, bro, because you got me together. You called me up and you like, LaDonna, stop it. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do. But I'm listening. And he said to me, out of love, out of friend love, he said, have backpack time with your son. Now, instantly you feel like, I'm a mother. I should know this. We did this before. It didn't work. Yeah, but you gotta, it just because it didn't work then doesn't mean you can't implement it now. You have backpack time. I was like, shoot, that worked, right? And I told him, I said, just so you know, just like I told my mother-in-law, you were right, I was wrong. Moving on. So thank you. Shout out to MC Pearson for that tip. And many other tips that you've given me. I want to share that with everyone because no, I'm not losing my mind. I am overwhelmed. And during the holidays, you start thinking about things like, oh my gosh, I'm there for so many people. My mother, virtually, because she'll tell you I don't come visit. She lives all the way in Schaumburg. It's like 53 miles from here. My father, I visit him every weekend because that's who I take care of. And my two older boys on the phone, emails, text, what no, not we don't email. We text and we have this group chat. Forgot about the chats. And my younger boys, I take care of all of these people and my dog Lucky. He's spoiled, right? He knows I'm talking about him too. With that being said, I take care of them and I watch them grow. I watch them go on their paths. I watch them do what they got to do, right? Who's taking care of me? So I don't want to go into the whole alone and lonely thing, right? But around the holidays, it can be like that because you're like, dang, everybody's walking, holding hands, with their person. And you are their person. You are everyone's person. But I thank God that I'm everyone's person. I do. I really do. I thank God that I'm everyone's person. I remember one day I pulled up to my dad's house and I said, Lord, give me strength. You know what he said to me? Not my father, but God, my other father. Well, my father, I guess my father's my other. Anyway, God said to me, I already have. I already gave you strength. That's why your car is running and pulling up to this door and you've got the ability to take care of your father. I already gave you strength. What are you talking about? Oh, I felt like a punk. I was like, man, did you have to say it like that? I guess so, because you God. But it's the truth. You know, I was teaching. Shout out to Illinois Media School and all my students. They keep in touch with me too. I used to give my phone number in class. I did not care. I was like, look, this is my number. And surprisingly, they don't blow me up. They do call me when they have some good news to share or they want some advice, and I love that. Those became my babies. I know they're in their 20s and some of them were older than me. But they became my babies. They were my responsibility. They are my responsibility, and I really love it. I love helping people. I do. But always remember that charity starts at home. And home is where the heart is. And if your heart is pumping in your chest, you got to put your mask on before you put on anybody else's. Get into a rhythm like your heart. Okay, all right, all right. I don't have no violins, but here's the thing. I'm on each and every week, each and every time. You know, you just got to get in the rhythm of listening to my show and tuning in. What can I say? Do your thing, right? So I'm LaDonna Raeh, and I really appreciate, look, come on, guys, get the sound together. I really appreciate you tuning in, zooming in, and listening, right? Get into your rhythm, okay? Get into your rhythm so that you can enjoy your life, so that you can balance it all. It's that rhythm. Y'all go to steppers class, y'all know how to step. Get in that rhythm, and then you get in that rhythm with somebody else, and everybody's on the same page. One sound, one band. Hey, I love this. All right, I'll see you next time on the LaDonna Raeh Show. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. I need your subscriptions, okay? And I see some text messages coming through. And the next show I do, you'll be able to call in. Ooh, are you ready for that? Shout out to Martin Johnson. Check him out, the Crime Chaser. He's been mentoring me. And shout out to Rick Party. He's been helping me produce my shows. And Tony Jarrett, Stress Free Cookie Man. Shout out to all of you guys. I am surrounded. I am surrounded. Woo. Thank you, Lord. Bye-bye for now. Oh, tune in to the Wake Up Show in Chicago tomorrow on WBON.